Good afternoon, students, class 12 arts. Today I will discuss full employment and voluntary, involuntary unemployment. So, first we have to discuss what do you mean by full employment. Full employment and before that, voluntary and involuntary unemployment, I want to say. Voluntary and involuntary unemployment. You know that if a person has the ability to do the work and want to do the work, but getting no scope to work is called not unemployed. Is called not, that is not employed. Unemployment word cannot be applied to him. If the person have the quality and wishes to do the work and getting no scope to do the work are called unemployed, or the persons are called unemployed person. This is called unemployment. The person has the ability to do the work, ready to do the work at the existing wage rate, but getting no opportunity to be employed are called unemployed. But if the person have the ability to do the work, but not willing to do the work at the existing wage rate, they must not be considered as unemployed. They are voluntarily unemployed. They are voluntarily unemployed. So, there are two types of unemployment: voluntary unemployment and involuntary unemployment. Some people wishes to remain unemployed. They have enough capacity, income, or past saving through which they can continue their life. They don't like to work. Then that is called voluntary unemployment. But those who want to work but getting no scope is called involuntary unemployment. So, full employment struck there when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. This is full employment equilibrium. And you know that there are the situation where AD is greater than AS, aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply, or aggregate demand is less than AS. These are not equilibrium situation. These are not equilibrium. There are imbalance between aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Now we will discuss the most important part of the question, which is important for the examination, is called measurement of excess demand. Measurement of excess demand. So you must remember that the person who has the ability to do the work, has the willingness to do the work, but getting no scope of employment are called unemployed. And the person who has the ability to do the work, but want not to work, they must not be considered as unemployed. Now, the measurement of excess demand diagrammatically explained here. This is 45-degree line. In the diagram, we are measuring aggregate demand on the vertical axis and income or GDP, gross domestic product, on the horizontal axis. 45-degree line is the Y line, that is aggregate demand, and is equal to aggregate supply also. Now, you know that this is the curve which indicate aggregate demand at full employment. Aggregate demand at full employment, and this curve indicates ADP, that is aggregate demand at planning, that is planning aggregate demand. Planning aggregate demand. The 45 line is intersected by ADP at F. At F. So, here is the, suppose OM is the income or gross domestic product, whereas this is the aggregate demand. This is the aggregate demand. Now, this is the with excess demand, because you know there are excess supply of workforce who can produce more than this if they are employed. So, this is the aggregate demand planning of the government, planning of the economy. So, aggregate supply has been decided. AD has been decided, AS has been decided, that is aggregate supply has been decided to that. But according to the economic condition, according to the opportunity, this is the equilibrium point, and this is the equilibrium with excess demand of this part. This part is the excess demand. This part excess demand indicates. Now, OM is the income or GDP, and now it is the price. Suppose this is the price. At this point, actual equilibrium cannot be achieved because full employment AD is not equal to AS. That is, aggregate supply is not equal to aggregate demand, and because of the fact that there exists an excess amount of demand which cannot be met here. Therefore, this is not permanent equilibrium, but it is equilibrium with ADF, aggregate demand on full employment. Now we know that there are unemployment in the economy. They are of different types. There are unemployment can be divided into two parts: voluntary unemployment and involuntary unemployment. What do you mean by these two unemployment? Voluntary unemployment means the people who has the ability to do work and work is available, employment opportunity is available, even that they are not wish to work, they are not ready to render their service. So they remain unemployed. They remain unemployed because of the fact that they want not to work. They want not to work. There may be so many reasons behind that. The existing salary may not be according to their desire. The type of work may not be according to his will. or something else. Perhaps they have enough wealth for themselves through which they can run their lives. So they remain unemployed. They remain unemployed. They remain unemployed because of the fact that they want not to consume more, that is, or work more, that is, they remain unemployed. It is their intention, it is their desire, even if they have the working capacity, they have the qualification, but they want not to work. So they are called voluntary unemployed. And some people are there who has the ability to do the work, willing to do work, but getting no opportunity to be employed. Getting no opportunity to be employed, they are called involuntary unemployed. They belong to that part. So, full employment equilibrium is struck when AD is equal to AS. Full employment equilibrium is struck when AD is equal to, when planned AD is equal to planned AS. What do you mean by planned AD and planned AS? The people of a country and outside, even if there is foreign trade, the total demand planned by the consumers is equal to the planned aggregate supply. There are two sides. One side is demand side, another side is supply side. So total aggregate demand is equal to total aggregate supply of a country, then the full employment equilibrium is struck with full employment people. That is, there is no unemployed person in the country. There are no unemployment problem. All the employment opportunities is availed by the workers, those who want to work. The people who has the ability to do work, but getting no work at the existing wage rate or desirable wage rate, they are unemployed. But those persons, even if there is the opportunity to be employed, even if there is the opportunity to be employed, but not willing to do the work, even the remuneration is not bad, then they are not called unemployed. So they have to do the work with the desirable salary, and if these are available. But some people are there, those who want to show themselves as unemployed, but even if the opportunity come to them, they do not want to work, so they are not unemployed. So the involuntary unemployment, voluntary unemployment, the people gets work and with moderate wage rate, but remain unemployed, they are called voluntary unemployment. And the persons who want to work at the existing wage rate but getting no opportunity, then they are called involuntary unemployment, getting no opportunity to be employed. They are called involuntary. That is, they wish to do work, but getting no opportunity. That is involuntary. But you must remember that equilibrium, AD is equal to AS, only happen when the available resources are fully or moderately utilized with reference to aggregate supply. That is, planned aggregate demand is equal to planned aggregate supply. The difference between voluntary and involuntary unemployment. I am giving you the note. Voluntary unemployment, it refers to a situation when people choose to remain unemployed even when there are employment opportunity. It refers to a situation when willing to work at the existing wage rate and have the capability to do that work. Are called involuntary unemployment. Involuntary. Now, if you give an example, take an example. Suppose you are a science graduate and wants to do work in Durgapur factory. Your qualification is suited. Your qualification is suited as per employment news, and the remuneration or the salary given by the authority is acceptable for you, and your friend, your classmate also same qualification, possessing same qualification, he is not willing to do that job, but you joined the job. So your friend is not unemployed, it is involuntary unemployment. If he does not get the work at all according to his qualification ability, then he could be declared as voluntary, but he is involuntary. He is not willing to do the work. He is not willing, he is waiting for better and better job. Therefore, this is the main difference between voluntary and involuntary unemployment. This is 3 marks question given by the board. Now the question sometimes comes 1 marks, that suppose your brother works in the agricultural field on or land possessed by your father. He does not work anywhere. He works on the land possessed by your family. Is he unemployed or employed? Is he unemployed or employed? Can anybody say? Live. Can anybody say? Jyotirmoy. Where is Jyotirmoy? Jyotirmoy thake. Jyotirmoy. Suppose you, Jyotirmoy, work on your father's agricultural land. Are you employed or unemployed? No, I am not getting answer. Either you are not here or unable to answer it. জ্যোতির্ময় লিখছে রিম্পি employed, yes, whatever may be the work, either on others' land or your own land, you are employed, because you are giving service to create wealth in the economy. You are creating wealth in the economy, whether it is produced on your own field or any other field, you are working. This is a very good example, and you are right. You are right. Now, your service is counted as employed. Now, if your father's land, it is your father's land, only who looks after the production, is he employed or not? Is he employed or not, Jyotirmoy? No answer is coming either. Yes. কোশ্চেনটার আরেকবার করুন। I am answering, giving the answer also. Your father is the owner of the property who looks after the method of cultivation and invest a lot of money for this purpose. Is he employed or unemployed? He is employed because he is looking after. He is looking after, that is the managerial work, organizer's work is doing by him. So he is one of the factor of production organizer. Land, labor, capital, organization factor. So so I think it is over. Time is over. Thank you very much. Please stay at home safely, but utilize your time to finish your course. What you are writing. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks to everybody. Today I am late to come due to late to car. In the trouble on the road, I have reached here later, so I am in a hurry mood. Osmita, now today, thank you very much. Next day we will meet you.